What is the topic of this panel? Elevating Indian tooling for global competitiveness. Let me invite our moderator first, Mr. Daniel Raravi, Director, Marketing and Strategic Initiatives, Mastercam, India. Hello, please, you can take your pick. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, join me as I now invite our panelists, Mr. Ravindra T. Gugale, SR GM TATA Autocomp. Can we keep the applause going as we have all the panelists joining us? Mr. Roopal Deoghare, Deputy General Manager, Mahindra and Mahindra. Mr. Stephen Babu, Vice President, Business Development, SFO Technologies. Mr. Opinder Singh, Founder and Managing Director, Om Galaxy Limited. And Mr. Sanjay Chavre, Advisor, TAGMA, India. We have all of our wonderful panelists right here, along with the moderator. Would you please put your hands together for this absolutely brilliant panel? We're now going to leave it to the expertise of our panelists and moderator. Let's find out some key takeaways about elevating Indian tooling for global competitiveness.
Check. Namaskar, Pune. Can we have the video to set the tone for the presentation, please? Thank you.
इतना सफर है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा है।
बोलने में और कर दिखाने वालों में बस इतना सा फर्क है। And I welcome all you कर दिखाने वाले for this panel discussion here. May I have a round of applause for yourselves and the panelists here. Thank you very much. Toolmaking is the mother industry, and we all know this. And this video that we just saw today sets the tone right for the makers and movers of this world. All of you here are part of everything we touch and feel, everything we see move around us, and it is this magic that goes into all the products that people enjoy, including us as consumers. I'm joined by this august panel here. Let me start with inviting Mr. Ravindra Gugale, Senior General Manager, TATA Autocomp. Mr. Roopal Deoghare, Deputy General Manager, Mahindra and Mahindra. Mr. Stephen Babu, Vice President, Business Development for SFO Technologies. Mr. Opinder Singh, Founder and Managing Director of Om Galaxy Limited. And Mr. Sanjay Chavre, an advisor to TAGMA India and also a policymaker. who needs no introduction. Thank you, sirs, for joining us today. I think we've had a brief conversation earlier as well on the topic that we are speaking about today, which is elevating Indian tooling to global competitiveness. May I ask each of you to start sharing a few words about this topic before we actually start going through the questions? Gugale sir, could you please do the honors?
Namaskar. A very happy morning to my extended family all here. First of all, let me congratulate each and every tool maker in India for making a fantastic things. And especially in last few years, the way this tooling industry in India has grown and gave the comfort to us as a customer, don't buy anything outside. We are capable. And they have proved it. I am really proud on behalf of my organization that Make in India has really, really worked. And of course, there is a lot to go. But I am sure each and everyone here is going to make that miracle. And that lion is going to roar, Make in India. Once again, thanks and congratulations and all the best for that. Just touching upon whatever we have seen yesterday. What are my points, Daniel, is skill development. Absolutely, we have to take care. And when I say skill, it doesn't mean only on the shop floor, but each and every person in that organization, right from security till each and every person working in direct, indirect, finance, or whichever department he is. Today, that is the utmost required. And why I'm coming to this point, because maximum tool makers are from MSME. And those owners are so passionate to make something new, creative. Sometimes I feel they are not bothered about the money what they are making. But I am making this tool, I am making this part. Actually, he is giving a birth to a new child. So he's very, very passionate. And in that, sometimes they are not supported by this entire ecosystem within his organization or outside. So I am coming to that point of skill development at each and every level. Second thing, they need to be supported by the different way of thinking now. Maybe a cluster way of manufacturing, support from the government, and very important, we as a TAGMA, this organization, what they can do for all these partners. Because if these tool makers are the partners of TAGMA, then TAGMA has to extend that hand. My personal opinion. They are doing it, but how in a larger way we can do it, so that very quickly we raise our platform of the Indian tool industry. And throughout the globe, if anybody needs a tool, come to us. They should not be given any choice. Today, the way we don't have a choice but to go abroad, few years back, let that move to the India. These are my things.
Thank you, sir, for sharing that. Roopal sir, would you please add your comments?
Yeah, so first and foremost, I extend heartfelt congratulations to all the tool makers over here, each one of you, who has led to this tooling industry and taken this tooling industry to a new height, and we are building the nations. So congratulations everyone. And I also thank TAGMA for creating this wonderful platform where we can share and discuss on our thoughts. So for elevating the industry, since yesterday we had a rich discussions on the whatever challenges we are facing, the tooling industry mainly, maybe it related to technology, then as sir has rightly said, the skill development, even the financial and the technological challenges we are having. So my takeaway or my thought is, the one key mantra to elevating our industry is the speed of execution. Currently, we had a lot of challenges due to which we are not able to deliver the products in time, and that pulling us to reach to that level. But we are seeing the leaders like China, Korea, these people have already reached to that level, okay? So I'm very much confident Indians are not less than them, and we can very much achieve this by leveraging our skills and our strengths And we can, if we focus on our strengths and we can achieve the speed, we are definitely there. So, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Stephen?
Good morning. I would like to thank TAGMA for this wonderful opportunity. I'm honored to be here. To start with, I definitely want to congratulate the tooling fraternity in India for doing so good, especially in the last 7 to 8 years, I would say, 10 years, I would say. The growth has been tremendous. We have grown multi-level, but that's not enough. That's what I'm saying. Like, no, we are behind many of the advanced countries, whether coming to technology or the speed, we need to develop. So definitely I want to congratulate for doing this. I would say, like, now, always being a tool maker myself, and I'm very passionate about tool making. I always say tool making is the backbone of any industry, any manufacturing industry. Do you agree with me? Yes? And this is always like, you know, if there is a growth of automotive industry in India, whether it's medical industry or aerospace, tool making is the backbone. So I totally agree with that. And also, as Sir mentioned, like, you know, we need to speed up our acquisition of technology, adapting to new technology, adapting to new skill development, like, you know, different levels of skill. Like, you know, I think we should come out of the old school and get into new technology. So that's what my take is about this point.
Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Stephen. OP Saab, would you please add your thoughts to this?
First of all, I'll thank TAGMA for inviting us and giving us an opportunity to share some opinions with our colleagues. All our, I think so, हम सब एक ही इंडस्ट्री से बिलोंग करते हैं. तो एलिवेटिंग, हम अगर देखेंगे तो हम सब अपने आप में बंधे हुए हैं. अगर हमको आगे बढ़ना है, वी शुड हैव एन इकोसिस्टम. अगर हम इकोसिस्टम, क्लस्टर्स, हम लोगों को साथ लेके जुड़ेंगे तो हम काम कर सकते हैं. गुगले साहब ने राइटली बोला. देन इन्होंने बोला एजुकेशन. यस, हमारे यहाँ पे अगर थोड़े और इंस्टीट्यूट्स और ये सब लोग अगर आ जाएं तो हम अपनी इंडस्ट्री के, जैसे हमको आज की तारीख में हम अपने टूल रूम को एक ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट बोलते हैं. आज हमारे साथ सब सीखते हैं, आगे चल जाते हैं, सीखते हैं, आगे जाते हैं, हम ट्रेन करते रहते हैं. बट अगर हमको और भी ऐसे मिले तो वी कैन ग्रो. और आज जैसे हम बात कर रहे थे कि वी आर ग्लोबली, जैसे गुगले साहब ने बताया कि 10 साल से हम काफ़ी सुधर गए हैं. सुधर गए मीन्स लाइक हम, आई एम इन टू दिस इंडस्ट्री फॉर पास्ट 4 डिकेड्स. आई एम अ कॉमर्स ग्रेजुएट, बट हम इधर से सीखते 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 हम आज यहाँ पे आए. तो टुडे आई प्राउडली से वी कैन मेक एनीथिंग. It is nothing that we cannot make. So, and today, as we have to be for global competitiveness, yes, आज हम कर सकते हैं और आने वाले दिनों में हम करेंगे. और ये मेरा दावा है, क्योंकि आज हम देखेंगे तो हम हमारी सारी इंडस्ट्री में हम जिनसे भी मिलते हैं, सारे लोग इतने पॉजिटिव हैं और ये सब चाहते हैं कि यार हम काम करें, आगे बढ़ें. So, I hope to see everyone in a good space, take risk, वर्क गुड, आगे बढ़ो. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
धन्यवाद ओपी साहब. आई थिंक आपने टोन सेट कर दिया कि करो, रिस्क लो. एंड आई थिंक दिस इज व्हाट द मैसेज शुड गो टू पीपल हु वांट टू ब्रीच दिस लेयर ऑफ लेट्स से लिमिटेशंस टू reaching competitiveness on a global scale. Thank you, sir. Sanjay Saab, can you please add your thoughts as well?
Namaskar to all of you. I believe in your bright future. You see, our today's topic is elevating Indian tooling for global competitiveness. You are going to elevate yourself. But let's assess where we are. Globally, we are at the 20th position, which means that we have a lot of potential to grow. And second indicator of global competitiveness is the exports which you are doing. Exports also, you know that we have about 3% of the global exports. So global competitiveness is something where there is a lot of potential, I must say. How do we do that? So there are 3 approaches in doing this task. One is a national approach, centralized approach. Second approach is unit-wise approach. And the third approach is the combined approach. So at the moment, as Shan sir has said yesterday, we are going for a national approach. supported by all of you. That is the hybrid one. A 13,000 crore scheme is there before us. Beyond this scheme, we can think of ways in doing that. But today, let us concentrate on this scheme. This scheme has 7 components. 6 are for us and 1 for the OEM. The 6 components are CapEx support to upgrade our machines to the latest technologies. You see, if we have to be competitive, then every day we have to improve the way we are working. There are several ways of improving that, and one is by using the latest technologies in machines, in AI, in digital twins, in testing through software so that T0 becomes the final product itself, and then working together also. There are many things which we can centralize. For example, I understand that you buy a lot of tools, steel imported, but all of you buy for your own requirement. Suppose we combine our own requirement, then perhaps we can dictate our terms to the steel suppliers. So there are non-competitive collaborations which can be done by the industry. Competition is all right. You do the competition, but there are many areas which are non-competitive where we can work together. Now, the second scheme after CapEx is on the common facility centers or advanced tooling. There are a number of machines which are so expensive, for example, laser texturing, CMM, that individual may not have financial viability to buy. So it's better to locate that in the common facility center. So that is the approach. While first about 1,500 crore are budgeted, in this about 2,000 crore are budgeted, and there is an R&D scheme. May not be much relevant to you today because your R&D comes from the OEM and Tier 1. But then the next one is most important is the skill scheme for which 3,600 crore have been provided for. So all of you must participate in this scheme. You must tell what kind of skills training are required for your workers and other persons. And then there is another scheme which is very useful, that know-how. Government will help you in getting know-how. Small units become very difficult to get know-how. They don't know from where the know-how will be available, how do I acquire you. So government is mandating an organization called NRDC who will help you getting this know-how. And the last one is market support. What is happening is Department of Commerce has a scheme where they provide some funds to attend your international exhibitions, buyer seller meets and things like that on that side, branding also. That scheme is unfortunately coming to an end 2026. That scheme is for everybody, all exporters. So through this 200 crore scheme operated by TAGMA, we want tooling industry to continue to get that support and participate in greater extent. So that is the approach today towards global competitiveness. But that does not mean that we have to depend upon the government. In TAGMA and ourselves, we must think and plan number of steps which we can take up without the help of the government and go ahead. One of them is creating awareness about. We have typical issues like working capital and all that. How do you solve that? People do not know what kind of banking supports are there for working capital. Bill discounting scheme is there. NSIC gives you hire purchase scheme. There are hundreds of supports available by the central and state governments and banks and other institutions which we are not aware of. So if we can spread awareness through some forum, to that extent our members and industry is helped. So we have to discover our existing facilities that we do not know. So that also we should concentrate upon. Then the last issue is the technical issue. Global competitiveness, today we are not benchmarking ourselves with the best of the tool makers in the world. So we need to go to them, we need to understand technologies from them. And that is how we can understand which are the areas in which we have to improve in achieving global competitiveness. So I implore all of you to spend little bit time from your busy schedules and think about this topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for adding those comments. I think the common points that I've come across through these discussions are, I think I can summarize them in 3 basic heads. One is technology adoption. The second point would be, I think, manpower and skill development. And the third point could be policy and framework and support of a common apex body. TAGMA perhaps, right? So, great. Having set the tone for this discussion, we have spoken about the challenges that exist. But I think this panel is also providing solutions for those, right? I think the questions have been raised, and I have some statistics here from Nomura research, which says that that the current size and growth of our tooling business is about $18 to $19 billion as of 2024, and is growing at a rate of 7% CAGR by 2033. Now, considering this growth and the global competitiveness that the tool makers need to achieve, right? So, what are some of the thoughts that I would like to ask each one of you based on a few questions that I have here? We'll start with Mr. Gugale. How critical is the tooling sector for the success of our nation to becoming a global power and a global manufacturing hub, considering that we have automotive strength in the country, as well as small and medium manufacturing is the backbone of our nation's manufacturing? Can you please add your thoughts on that?
Yeah. See, specifically in India, when OEMs are there, they are just doing the assemblies. They are not producing all parts. So by and large, they depend on the outsource. And when we talk of the outsource, definitely it is the MSME. At least in India, MSME is the absolute backbone. Without them, we can't do anything. Even plants won't run for the next 1 hour if the MSME doesn't support in time deliveries and those things. So there is no doubt MSME is the most and foremost important. Considering the tool making role, unless the tool is made correctly, parts cannot be made. And if part cannot be, even the smallest part in the entire vehicle, if we talk about the automobile or any product for that matter, whether the white goods or anything, even the smallest fastener, if it fails, the entire thing is going to fail. So entire success of that item depends on the tool or a mold or whatever, die, jigs, fixtures, whatever we make. Entire success depends on that. And the success of that depends on the entire this audience. And these are the technical people who makes that tool, or the gauges, or the fixtures. So without this, I don't think it's not possible.
How can they become more competitive in what they're doing and change this, put it upside down?
Yeah. Many times we say there is a competition. But if I see personally, each and every tool maker is growing. There is a competition, but they are growing. So once they are growing, that means there is enough business in the market. It depends on me how much I want to grab, how much I can chew, and how best I am satisfying my customer. If my customer is satisfied, why should I go and do the marketing of my business? Customer will come to me. Yes, you are making the best tool. You have given me the tools in past. Fantastic. These are 2 more tools I want to discuss with you. How many of us, when we go to the restaurant, we see their ads or mouth-to-mouth publicity? In my own experience, what food yesterday I had, good, so today I go to that restaurant. I don't think that they need any ad. So definitely, my dear friends, you don't need any ads. Your performance is going to speak. And customers are selfish, trust me. We need headache-free, hassle-free. If supplier is here with me to give me headache, sorry, I have enough. But if supplier is there to buy my headache, most welcome. I give the red carpet.
Well, I think the answer lies in what you just said. Take ownership, take complete ownership of my hands.
Absolutely.
And
Take the ownership.
We'll just, yes, sorry,
And give
please.
me the solution. Be a solution provider instead of just giving a product. Be a solution provider. Understand what customer needs, how best it can be done. Think little beyond what customer has not stated, but required. Do it. Business is with you.
Perfect. And again, I'll just reach out to Mr. Stephen now to just add on to what Mr. Gugale said, that there's a lot of non-competing business, right, that can be shared. You said collaboration, right, with tool makers that you don't compete with. 34% of our tooling currently in India is imported from Korea, China, Taiwan. And you, for your organizations, you've been also importing tooling. Can you add some perspective from your side as to how you can change this and what part you can play to bring back this 34% back into the tool makers here, and what do you expect of them for you to, transfer that business over? Can you please add some light on that?
Sure. I would just pick 3 points. One would be the lead time, cost competitiveness, and aggressive marketing. Lead time. Lead time is like, that's a big topic, like, we have been hearing from yesterday, from morning till even till today, and we'll continue to hear that. Lead time is something what customer wants and customer needs it, and we need to give it. If you don't give the lead time, customer is going to go somewhere else where they're going to get. And lead time, like, it can be achieved in many ways. Like, there's ecosystem. Like, we have been talking about building ecosystems in India, or like, in tooling fraternity, wherein, like, we can use the fellow workers, fellow tool makers, fellow machine shop, like, a common facility, as Mr. Sanjay ji mentioned, there's no common facility, use that and try to bring down the lead time. People do not believe, people want to do everything by themselves. Instead that, why can't they collaborate with people and bring down the lead time? And the next is the cost competitiveness. As you, like, cost, I always tell, like, most of my tool making partners, I tell them, time is money. When they come and ask me, they want 8 weeks, I say, you give me 4 weeks, and you'll make money out of it. Like, because time is money. Instead of, in 8 weeks, instead of the tool maker making 5 tools, in 8 weeks, you can make 10 tools, if you can deliver in 4 weeks. So they don't understand that, and they want to do everything together. Like, I'll give you a live example. Like, I would say, like, as Mr. Daniel mentioned, like, we have been purchasing a lot of tools abroad. It has come down. I would say we have come down. I would say we used to buy around 200 plus tools a year from China, mostly, and today we are doing hardly 10% of. Like, I'm a strong advocate of Make in India. Like, I've been training people, I've been training tool makers, small-time tool makers, how to build tools competitively. There's so many people that I've trained and many people have come up. I give a live example of what happened just probably a few months ago. We had a project wherein we need to build around 39 tools, press tools, and progressive, 1.5 meter to 2 meter, going up to 300 to 400 ton presses. And we won the project from OEM, and the OEM suggested, no, why don't you split? I'll take you to Pune, I'll take you to Delhi, you split the tools. And I said, no, I'm going to go with only the person who I've quoted for it, who did the DFM for it. And the toolmaker came back to me and said, so I cannot do it. He said, 10 weeks, forget it. From DFM to T1, I cannot make in 10 weeks. I said, you can make it. And I told him, go, I'll give you 2 days time, go around, what do you want to do? You fetch supporters, you bring in other resources, and you come and tell me that you can do it. He came back in 3 days, and he said he can do it. Glad. I said, 10 weeks? Yes, 10 weeks. He said, but there was one problem. What? I'm going to lose my profit. I'm going to cut down my profit. I said, do it. So what? Like, no, you have an opportunity to do for the first time in his career, that you're going to do 39 tools in 10 weeks. Why don't you cut down? Otherwise, I'm going to give you only 10% of it, and the profit is going to be much lesser than that. And he went all around Hosur, Bangalore, Coimbatore. He hooked up some 15, 20 suppliers for different activities, and he did nothing. He did only the assembly and trials. He did the design, the final assembly, trials, troubleshoot. T0 to T1 was just 2 weeks, 10 plus 2 weeks, and we were up and running, ramped up the production. This ecosystem, even the OEM did not believe that, this ecosystem, that people do not believe that ecosystem exists, but they don't want to use it. Like, they want to do everything together. Like, they want, I will do my mold base, I will do my core and cavity, I will do my heat treatment, I will do my pillar bush. Like even we do have our own tool room. Even our tool room was practicing this, but now we are trying to come out of it. This is one. And this definitely brings cost competitiveness. People do not understand. Time is competitive. Time is cost. Like now you reduce the lead time, definitely you can come. And technology, adoption of technology definitely gives the competitiveness, cost competitiveness. And the next thing is marketing, aggressive marketing. As Sir mentioned, like, your product and your delivery will speak for it. You don't have to do much. Like now, if you see, like you think of a chai wala, he knows how to make a good chai, but he doesn't make it. The reason, he gets into business tactics, he gets into trying to make more profit, add more water into the milk and less tea powder. He sees the crowd and he changes his tactics. So a good chai wala does not do that. He makes, he's got only resource available for doing only 10 chai, and he's got 20 people standing. He'll do only 10 chai and he'll say, that's all I can do. Next day he can improve that. But that day he'll say he'll make only 10 chai and I'll do that a quality chai. So if a tool maker sticks to that, do not get into the business of trying to grab too many things, trying to do wrong business, a bad quality, chalega. Okay, there's a problem here, go ask the customer, can I do this? Can I weld it? Can I put an insert? Instead of that, do a first time right quality. Definitely we can bring down that import of you said mentioned 34%?
34%.
We can bring it down to less than 10%.
Thanks. That's a great. In fact, what Gugale sir said, that we are trying to collaborate. You just gave an example of what your supplier did. It. He ventured out. He took ownership of this process.
Yes.
He worked with probably 20 other suppliers and delivered in a time which he did not believe was possible in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah?
I have a similar example for mold making also. We had a German OEM came out with big molds, big molds. And when I called my supplier, he said, "Sir, this is out of my reach." I said, "You have the talent. You have the design capability. Why don't you do it?" He said, "Can I try?" I said, "Go ahead and try it." And he delivered that in 8 weeks. That is, designed to T1 was 8 weeks, 2-meter molds, with hardly 3 or 4 machines in his capability, but he was able to deliver. And he made good profit out of it also.
Lovely. Yeah, again, Mr. Roopal also probably shares a similar thought. I think you consume, what, 30,000 tons of steel every year?
Hello.
Yeah.
Still, altogether, if we consider only casting, because right now, since yesterday, we have been discussing for the mold industry more prominently.
Sure.
But if you look at the sheet metal or stamping industry, it has its own challenges, okay? So the main challenge what we face is the input quality or the availability of the raw material. As you know, the press tools are very huge. Single piece casting may be around 10, 15 tons. So it has its own limitations. So because in India, the casting maker who makes the casting out of this thermocol or EPS pattern are hardly any. Very few foundries are available, okay? And we buy almost 4,000 tons a year, only castings, steel apart. So the main challenge here is the special process. This is a special process by which the casting maker makes the casting 10, 15 ton single piece casting out of thermocol pattern. So it has, so the quality of the thermocol, that is also plays a very crucial role in the quality of the casting. And today in India, we are making those pattern out of thermocol, which is a petrochemical product basically. So it is a commercial grade. We don't get any special grade for this application. The thermocol what we get is the packaging, for the packaging industry. So from there, our input gets started, the ecosystem, what we are discussing. Yeah. It has to be started from the root, right? So we are working continuously on that. We are discussing with players like Supreme Petrochemicals and these, how they can develop. There is a solution available globally. If we benchmark, we have seen STMMA is a good source where we can get a good quality casting out of those and reduce our rejections, reworks, and the lead market to lead time, basically. But in India, currently, there are no players who can make a big blocks out of those material. We are making small casting, but when we are talking about make in India and import substitute, it makes really, we have to think how we can come over these challenges, basically.
Absolutely. And I think one of the points that we had offline was that you're looking at replacing, in fact, you have currently replaced all your imports and indigenized everything. I think that calls for a round of applause. Mahindra and Mahindra, they've indigenized the tooling
Exactly.
requirements.
We, as everybody may not be knowing, we have our own tool room or die shop, we called it as, in Nasik, where we make only skin panel dies, A-class dies. That is a direct import substitute. Any OEM, if you see, the major speed is derived by the tooling development, okay? And Mahindra has this advantage having this tool room. But yes, of course, we have certain limitations and challenges, but we are overcoming it. And we believe in our ecosystem, supplier ecosystem, okay? If the Indian foundries get latest technological supports and latest techniques, definitely they can do it on a large scale and at better rejections and reworks.
Perfect, thank you. Now I'll just direct my question at OP Saab. Now you've been in this business for 40 years, right? You started from a very small tool room and you have grown it to a sizable organization now. One of the questions that I would like to ask you is twofolds. One is the role technology adoption played in the growth of your organization and your competitiveness. And plus, how do you nurture the next generation in terms of taking this technology and leapfrogging to the next level in what you're doing?
As you said, I've been into this business for 4 decades. By default, I came into this industry. I'm a commerce graduate. मेरे डैडी के साथ मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा काम करते करते मैं देखा एंड मैं जब फैक्ट्री में आया तो लाइक हमारे स्टाफ जो हमारे डाई मेकर है बहुत तंग करते थे. जिस दिन भी अर्जेंट बोल्ड होता था उस दिन वो छुट्टी मारते थे. इन सब चीज़ों ने मेरे को बताया कि I should adopt a technology where I need lesser of this. So I was the first one among few. मैं फर्स्ट CNC मशीन लाया. मेरे को CNC का CNC नहीं पता था बट मैं लाया. मैंने उधर से स्टार्ट किया एंड विद इन नेक्स्ट ईयर आई बॉट अनदर मशीन एंड देन एवरीबडी. पहले तो लोग मेरे को पागल बोलते थे कि इतना पैसा लगा के रिकवर कैसे करेगा. बट देन स्लोली पीपल स्टार्टेड रियलाइजिंग यस ये काम फास्ट हो सकता है. मैं पहले जब भी काम करता था तो लोग टाइम जैसे आज हमारा सबका क्राइटेरिया हम भी वैसे जूझते रहते क्योंकि हमारे मोल्ड में तंग कर देते थे हमको. जैसे ही हमने CNC लाई तो थोड़ा थोड़ा हमारे काम क्वालिटी सुधरने लगी. हमारे फर्स्ट टाइम राइट आने लगे और ऐसे करते करते एवरी ईयर आई केप्ट ऑन कीपिंग पेस विद द टेक्नोलॉजी. मैं पेस से थोड़ा आगे रहा. मैंने हमेशा आई हैव इन्वेस्टेड लॉट ऑफ मनी. मेरे घर पे पैसा नहीं गया, मेरी फैक्ट्री में आया. आई हैव पुट इन जो भी कमाया मैंने फैक्ट्री में लगाया. टुडे आई हैव गॉट मोर देन 70 CNC मशीन्स ऑल वायर कट मिलिंग्स एंड टुडे ऑल्सो मैं आज भी मेरी कोई ना कोई मशीन आती रहती है और मैं हमेशा काम ही करता हूँ. मेरे को और कुछ आता नहीं है. मेरे साथ मेरे ज्योतिष सत्यपाल नंद कुमार जी ये मेरे कलीग्स हैं. ये सब मेरे साथ काम करते रहे हैं और आज हम सब मिलके एक इंडस्ट्री चला रहे हैं. हमारी सबका एक इंटेंशन है काम करो आगे बढ़ो. एंड जैसे हम बात कर रहे थे कि कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्ट करेंगे तो हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. अगर हम जैसे टेक्नोलॉजी को नहीं अडॉप्ट करेंगे, जैसे हम सोचते रहेंगे आज ये काम ऐसे करके कर लें ऐसे करके. मैंने चिजलिंग करके भी मोल्ड बनाया है बट आज मेरे को पता है कि मैं भी हाथ काले नहीं करता बट ऐसे करते करते हम इधर आए. तो आज हम देख रहे हैं अगर हम टेक्नोलॉजी लाएंगे हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. एंड आई हैव ऑलवेज अडॉप्टेड. मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि सब जो मेरे को समझ में आती है मशीन अच्छी है वो मैं ले लेता हूँ. मेरे पास काम हो या नहीं हो मशीन मेरे फैक्ट्री में होती है. उसके बाद में मेरा काम चलता रहता है. और रह गया जैसे आपने बताया फ्यूचर मेरे पास जितनी टीम है हम सबको वी एम्पावर देम. हम उनको क्वेश्चन नहीं करते हैं. आप खाली काम करो. जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं यू गिव ऑल योर प्रॉब्लम्स टू अस. जैसे आपने बोला हमारा सरदर्दी दो, हम बोलते हैं हमारे को दो, आप काम करो. तो दैट इज़ हाउ दे आर एबल टू गिव अस गुड प्रोडक्ट. जैसे हमारे मोल्ड मेकर्स हैं तो हम उनको सारी सरदर्दी अपने पास रखते हैं. बोले आपके घर के प्रॉब्लम्स जो दुनिया का प्रॉब्लम फैक्ट्री में आओ टेंशन फ्री होके आओ और काम करो. And we have empowered them. कोई भी आदमी मेरे बहुत बड़ी बड़ी परचेस भी कर सकता है मेरे को पूछे बिना. So अगर हम उनको पावर नहीं देंगे, अगर उन पर भरोसा नहीं रखेंगे तो काम नहीं कर सकते. बी ओपन माइंडेड, ओपन माइंड रखो. यस, हम जब भी मोल्ड बनाते हैं, डिस्कस करते हैं, हम मोल्ड मेकर्स को भी बुलाते हैं, हम उनके साथ भी थोड़े डिज़ाइन एस्पेक्ट उनके साथ भी डिस्कस करते हैं. हमारा तो दिमाग है, हमारे डिज़ाइनर्स का भी दिमाग है, हमारे जो बेस रूट पे आदमी हैं उनसे भी हमको बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. तो दैट इज़ हाउ वी एम्पावर आवर पीपल टू ग्रो, एंड दे आर ग्रोइंग ऑल्सो. एंड आई एम वेरी प्राउड ऑफ माई सेल्फ एंड माई टीम कि हमने आज हमको आज कोई भी मोल्ड, कोई भी तरीके का कुछ भी बोले, वी कैन मेक इट. और हम कैसे भी, कितने भी, जैसे कॉम्पिटिटिव होना पड़ता है, फास्ट होना पड़ता है, ये तो सब बेसिक है. हर एक आदमी, हमारे OEM वाले जो सब हैं, ये भी खुद अपनी तरफ से 2-2, 3-3 महीने लेट कर देते हैं. हमारे से उम्मीद करते हैं 1 महीने में हमको कर दो, क्योंकि इनको डिज़ाइन में भी टाइम लगता है. और हमारे पास ऑर्डर्स आ जाते हैं, हमको 3 महीने हमारे पास स्टील पड़ी रहती है. 3 महीने के बाद हमको बोलेंगे अभी 15 दिन में हमको मोड़ दो. थोड़ा हमारे को भी सपोर्ट करो, हम भी आप लोग के साथ करेंगे. एंड वी आर मेकिंग इट. आप लोग जैसे प्राउड हो, वी फील, वी आर थैंकफुल टू यू कि लाइक हमारी टूलिंग इंडस्ट्री को सपोर्ट किया. जैसे हमको भी चांस मिला, जैसे हमारे मेक इन इंडिया, चाइना से लोगों ने बोला थोड़ा सा परहेज करो, उससे बाद में हमारे को बहुत अच्छा, आई एम विलिंग, यू नो, वी आर वेरी पॉजिटिव कि इस तरीके से हम काम कर रहे हैं. जैसे आज हमको किसी को भी भरोसा है कि आज इंडिया में टूल बन जाएगा. 1 साल के बाद मैं आपको बम्पर का मोड भी बना के दिखाऊंगा. आई हैव गॉट ऑल दैट कैपेबिलिटीज एंड कैपेसिटी. टुडे वी आर बिल्डिंग इट. एंड मेरे पास एक पैसे का मतलब जॉब नहीं है, बट आई हैव गॉट ऑल दैट मशीन्स, आई एम बिल्डिंग इट एंड आई विल मेक इट. सो कहने का मतलब मेरा क्या है कि हम सब कर सकते हैं, और आने वाले दिन में हम करेंगे भी. और आप सब लोग का सपोर्ट रहेगा, हमारी टूलिंग इंडस्ट्री इधर से यहाँ पे जाएगी.
बहुत बढ़िया,
very much.
बहुत बढ़िया, thank you. Yeah. I think we've seen a number of questions related to, skilling. We saw questions related to, and solutions as such, of how we can reduce imports, how we can increase competitiveness in each of these spectrum. I'll start with Sanjay Saab now, and I'll play the devil's advocate here. My question is not related to technology, nor the manpower that we, of course, it might relate a bit to manpower, but the question that I'm trying to raise here is, in our country, when we look at the tooling sector, and when we look at trying to attract young talent into our business, right? The thought is that there is no respect to a person who pursues this business as an employee. Let's say, for example, someone who wants to come and work at one of these tool rooms. We have seen that the 5 S's are displayed but not followed in practice at a number of tool rooms, right? This is an open question for everyone here. Second thing is, when the person tries to enter into this business at a time when AI is growing at a faster pace, how do we then attract such people by giving them the right remuneration, by giving them the right space to work, by empowering them to reach for the stars? Can we have a quick, I think we have about 4 minutes left, can we have a quick input from Sanjay Saab and then anybody else in the panel on these things?
Thank you. Manpower is a big problem for mechanical industries of the world. What is happening that because of the payment and the working conditions, our youth is going towards computers and such other office-related work. Now, we have to take a leaf from that only, and first we have to correct our thoughts. See, all of you are aware that how tough IIT is getting into IIT. Once we go to the IIT and get out of the IIT, what do? We go to IIM, and we don't go to the shop floor. And what we do after coming out of the IIM? We sell soap, comb, cosmetics, and things like that. So our best of the talent in engineering goes towards marketing and sales. Why? Because they pay more. That is our mistake. We as industrialists are erring in this. If you want best talent, you have to pay. If you pay peanuts, you will get monkeys. Please remember, pay properly, he will come to you. Second thing is the working condition. Improving working condition, you have to adopt technology. This is necessary for our survival and growth as a nation. You just can't have a third largest economy based on sweat. That's not possible. It has to be based on technology. We have to dream of that. Sweat, we might become third, but what is the gap? China is still 10 times of us. US is still 5 times of us. And that gap will not be closed. If you want lifestyles to grow of a country, you have to introduce technology. Technology of AI, technology of computing, technologies of better machines where human intervention is minimum. Then working condition of a worker will get improved. I have seen factories in India also, few, but abroad a very large number of them, where all operations are completely automated. I have even visited a textile factory in Surat, sir, where 10 machines, 10 looms were being operated by one person, even a lady. Complete automation of that. Certain Japanese looms were installed there. So yesterday we saw Makino. So technological solutions are available in the world. We need the attitude of my dear friend who invested in technology. This is the model which all of you must follow. If you do not follow this model, you will not grow. Sweat will take you not very far. It is the mind which takes you further. Earning money, there are 3 ways. Sweat, mind, and money for earning money. We don't have that much money. Sweat, you will always remain poor. The only way is using brain. Use your brains through best machines. Every process which you have, digitize them, automate them. Remember, every process must be digitized and automated. Then only as a country, as tooling sector, we will go up. Otherwise, we will be having incremental growth. 7-8% is not a big thing. You know, our base is very small. So 7-8% is looking, oh, country is growing at 6% GDP. We are the largest in the world. What is your base? You have no base. If you have a base of China and US, and if you are growing at 3%, that is the point, you know. So understand where we are and the opportunities before us. Digitize it, automate it, use your brains, you will be world leaders. 5,000 years, we have been #1 economy in the world. Why can't we be again?
Yeah, I think with that positive note, I think we can just add, Mr. Gugale wants to add one other point.
I have a little different way here with the Sanjay. First, let me congratulate my OP boss. A non-technical person doing the technical job, investing in a technology. So, point what I want to make is you need not to be technical qualified all the time. At least the tooling people, what I know, what I have worked, what I've seen on the shop, really we don't need engineers to operate CNC, to do the polishing or fitting and all that. We need a technical mind. So when I say skill development, can we not hire a village people or the 10th, 12th pass people, non-technical people, and can we not train them? Die polishing doesn't need a technical knowledge. What it needs is a skill. We can develop that. A lady or girls and young boys can do it. Problem that we pay engineers very high and we don't recognize skill and we don't pay them is the issue, in my opinion. Automation in India required, but high-cost automation, we don't have that high production. We need a low-cost automation. And especially in tooling industry automation, I don't know. But whatever tool rooms I have visited, I have seen they are using absolutely world-class machines. If today outside India they are using latest CNC machines, we have those. Only the man behind the machine is making a difference. Softwares we have at par with the world. Machinery we have. Cutting tools we have. Just a man behind the machine is making the difference. And when the owners are so passionate, if they are giving that support of the skill development, suppose for example, if we say the local tooling area of the Vasai, lot of unemployment youth is there, lady or gents, whoever it is. can we set a small skill development center there if TAGMA really thinks? Then we don't need professors and faculties. All our tool makers can share a CNC experienced operator to train this, a die polishing people from this actual industry who are working for 10, 20 years in the industry. They can train these youngsters. And definitely, these all students, they can be absorbed by the local industry.
Right.
So we have a skill development, we have a employment, no need of outside faculty, because if a professor comes and tells you the CNC programming, he will feel just theoretical. But a person comes from the tool room, he knows exactly what is required. And let us give him only that applied knowledge. What is the setting, how it is to be done, how it is to be handled, what is the safety. No need what the CNC works and how the motor runs and what is the voltage and what is the current. Instead of getting into all that jargon, making my applied. And once that youth get that employment, the entire ecosystem can be set.
Absolutely. So I think...
And the low-cost tooling is also need of an hour. Nobody is going to pay me hefty. Because finally it gets to the cost of the product, cost of the item. And if we see in automobile, those days are gone that I can make a car of 20 lakhs, same model. Yeah, because none of sitting here will buy that car. Yeah, everybody needs a new.
I think the points are all valid. The submissions are all really there for everyone to consider. But unfortunately, the panel discussion is limited to a certain time. This can actually go on for half a day. There's no limit to it. Each of these stalwarts pack 40 years of experience with them, and 1 hour I don't think is enough. But I'm sure that any of you who would like to expand on this topic can, seek time from these gentlemen at the networking session outside here and, pick their brains. Thank you, TAGMA, Nishant, for allowing us this opportunity to have this panel discussion. Yeah, there's one last slide that I would like to leave you all with. Each of us here, and this fraternity, let's call this tooling fraternity, we are all wolves here, right? So, and there's this beautiful statement from Rudyard Kipling that says that now, this is the law of the jungle, right? And as old and true as the sky, and the wolf that shall keep it will survive and prosper, and that won't will die. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. Thank you, everyone, for your time. A big round of applause for these gentlemen here.
Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. That was absolutely wonderful. And what a way to end the panel. With that, may I please request our moderator, Mr. Raravi, to please hand over a token of appreciation to each of our panelists. First, to Mr. Ravindra T. Gugale. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in thanking him for his time and for those wonderful insights. To Mr. Roopal. To Mr. Stephen. To Mr. Opinder Singh. And to Mr. Sanjay Chavre. May I please request Mr. D. Shanmugasundaram to please join us on stage. We have a token of appreciation for our wonderful moderator. May I please request you to hand it over, sir. Please join us for a group picture, everyone. Please take a step ahead and join us for a group picture. Ladies and gentlemen, definitely a panel that we could go on discussing about, and I'm sure you do have some key takeaways from this session. If you'd like to engage in conversation, our panelists and moderator are available outside during the networking breaks. Thank you so much.